Men fan inget mer.
This is a rare treat. What you see is Pappas Pärlor at work. To see the level of craftsmanship that goes into each installation is just astounding. One wonders how he comes up with all his ideas. Who is Pappas Pärlor? Where did he come from? And how did it all begin? Come along as we visit him in his hometown of Motala, Sweden.
Funkar det här resten? Ja. Hej, I'm Johan Karlgren, probably better known as Pappas Pärlor. And welcome to Motala. Pappas Pärlor, which in Swedish means daddy's beads or daddy's gems, is something my oldest daughter came up with. We were off to a some sort of market fair, and we needed a name. Well, I needed a name, and she came up with Pappas Pärlor, which could translate into the beads I'm working with, but even my gems, saying my kids, which at the moment were still beading with me. They've lost interest long since, but back then they were still enjoying the beads as well. Coming along? It was never meant to be. Well, obviously it was meant to be, but it was my intention when we started it. Just something that I really enjoy doing. It all started with me. I had a event business back then. I was going to host a charity auction. I got paid for getting 10 different people in there to sell their stuff. I could only find 8, so me and the kids decided to just take up part of its creations and take one of the stands. From there on, just rolled on. At the end of that summer, I went to this quite big fair, which is in a neighboring town, and I sold 200 flowers the first day. Back then I charged 10 euros per flower, and I decided I just couldn't take that money, put it in my back pocket and go buy ice cream for it. I had to pay taxes, and that's when I decided to try it out as a living. So I doubled the amount of money I charged for the flowers, and I started paying tax and whatnot. And I've been working with it since, full time. Damn, 6 years ago today. Oh, not today, this summer. The thing is, it took me, I think, I'd say 6-7 months after we found the hobby until I was working with it full time. I put in some serious hours, but still it went really fast. The first couple of fairs, the kids helped me out making flowers. Somewhere down the line, they found out their interests. My 5-year-old, she still beads with me every now and then. I couldn't get the oldest to touch the plastic beads even if I wanted to. I guess you can get too much of something.
System shut down.
First summer was street markets and street fairs. Year 2 I went into like Comic Cons and that kind of retro gaming community. Damn, I missed those times. Good years. Year 3 I got my first gallery up in Stockholm, and I also started getting some international coverage. To be honest, most of my money nowadays are made from working with bigger companies, and having a studio in my own yard in Motala, it's not such a expensive life to pull around. SEAT is one of the companies I've been working with for the last 2 years now. Last summer I was on a European tour with SEAT. We went to Barcelona, Paris, we were in Poland, Berlin, and basically doing street art, which I would do for free back home in Motala, but I got to visit some major cities. damn, it was a dream. Just having big cities as a playground. I love Motala, but I've covered pretty much every corner of this small town. So I need new playgrounds. Motala's been a big part in my success career. They've let me play pretty much the work any way I want to. Basically, I do this, my street art installations. It's nothing I go about at night, sneaking with a black hood on, putting up. But do it during working hours, and people are always driving past me, just honk and thumbs up and cheers on, basically. So thank you, Motala.
Yeah. Yeah.
Problem with street art, and a bit of a charm with it as well, is once I leave the creation, it's not mine anymore. It's the people who live in that city. Hopefully they leave it be, so for others to enjoy, but you never know. As long as you don't end up littering, I'm happy, I guess. I see my street art as civil disobedience with a conscience. I would never, for example, paint on someone else's property. I try not to leave stuff where they can end up in water or the cause of traffic distraction, for example. But I also never ask for permission. It's easier to apologize than ask for permission, I guess. No setbacks and people are happy. As long as they are, I'm as well. But worst case scenario, I'll just have to go there and then clean my glue back. Well, just take it all back with me, I guess. Hasn't happened yet. Instagram came in, that first fair I was talking about, when I sold loads of flowers. I'd started my Instagram account like a week before that. And I slept in that tent I had with all my flowers. I had a hammer underneath my pillow. Cars were running past me in the middle of the night, but the picture of that that setup actually got reposted during the night when I was sleeping. So I woke up and I had 500 followers. And it all just kicked off from there. I couldn't be doing this for a living if I didn't have Instagram or my Instagram account. Thanks to all the beautiful people supporting. I've got my own way to communicate with people. At the moment I think it's 131,000 people and supporting, cheering me on, buying my stuff and just basically helping me do this for a living. So it's, I usually say it's my most important workplace. The thing is, my education in high school was actually aesthetical. I never thought back then I'd get a use for my education. I actually went to art school to be able to skateboard in another city. Come to it, it's exactly what I'm doing nowadays. I'm creating stuff out of nothing. When I was, what was I, 18, 19, I dreamed of having my own pro model skateboard, like most kids do, I guess. Never happened. But at the age of 36, I got my own pro model pegboard. So dreams can come true. I don't want to worry about, for example, running out of material in the middle of a project. You should always have loads of material, so that the only thing that can stop your creative process is the lack of imagination. When I first started out, I made a starter kit, 12 colors based on the Nintendo 8-bit, but I think you can still get these. 12 colors, tweezers and whatnot, good stuff. Everything is handmade, everything is one of a kind, everything got its flaws. I don't want to turn into a factory. I've sold a few like prints and stickers, but I still enjoy creating stuff, so it's gonna be handmade. When it comes to inspiration, there's always new stuff happening. You find new artists that you like, damn. Stuff happen in the real world that you can interpret. People do brilliant stuff you can interpret. And every now and then I get my own ideas. And that's the thing about creativity. Creativity feeds creativity. The more you play, the easier it becomes. So the playfulness I had 6 years ago when I started out is actually so much more advanced nowadays, because I get to play every day. I promised myself to stop if I didn't enjoy it. So far, just trying out different things the whole time. I still freaking love it. I didn't choose the bead life. The bead life chose me. Thanks for visiting. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you later.